Hi everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Angie Hayes here, and today I'm just doing a very short video, and this one is about couples therapy, and it's the most Googled question out there that people actually search on, which is why bother with couples therapy or relationship counselling? Does it work? Is it worth it? Is it going to make any big change in my life? And it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because many of the responses I see from my peers, for which I have the greatest of respect, and I'm not being critical or judgmental, because they're very valid, but they'll be saying things along the lines of, well, it's complex. There's a huge emotional and financial cost to ending a relationship, not just for the two of you, but for any family involved, children and other people that are close to you. And all that's very, very true. The first thing I want to say before I go any further is that in order for couples therapy to be successful, you both have to be singing from the same hymn sheet. So if one of you doesn't want it, doesn't want the relationship any longer, and has made their mind up, no amount of couples therapy is going to be successful for you. If you're watching this and your partner's embroiled in an affair, and they're talking about leaving and they want to be with this other person, couples therapy most likely wouldn't work unless on some level they were doing the relationship because they were acting out of some other underlying issue. And I talk more about that in other videos about infidelity, which you can find on here. So let me ask you a question then, and it's aimed at both of you. How dearly would you love your existing relationship to thrive, have a compelling future, and be the way you envisaged it being the day you got married? If the answer is yes, stay tuned. And if the answer is no, I don't want that, still stay tuned, because you might just learn something that might be useful to you anyway. So, sometimes it can feel much, much easier to quit or to endure something, just put up with it. So many people say, why do we just put up with relationships that don't serve us? And there's a reason for that. It's because it's, in a way, it's easy, isn't it? Because if you think about it, there's no work, there's no self-reflection about what you want and need in a relationship. Therefore, you have no growth or self-development that you have to face into or that you feel you need. There's no responsibility taken. Yeah, sorry, bit of a truth bomb, but you're not taking responsibility for the situation, are you? You're just accepting it and enduring it. And there's no compromise. If I do as I keep doing, I'll continue to get the same outcome, the expected outcome, the known outcome. And that's what we like, the known and the comfortable. And that's why we find things so difficult to face into, because we hate that 6-letter word beginning with C, which is change. We humans hate it, don't we? We absolutely hate it. We'll do anything to avoid change. And there's a very good reason for that. The reason we avoid it like the plague is because sometimes when we're feeling a bit downbeaten, downtrodden with life and other things that come into the mix, our minds can kind of take on a sort of survival instinct mode where it just wants to keep you safe, and it knows that enduring the same thing keeps you safe. But it doesn't make you happy necessarily. That level of control does not make you happy. And if you're in your comfort zone and you're just kidding yourself that that's okay to stay there, it's not a good place to stay for too long. It stilts us. Our brains are designed for achievement and growth and development. And when we're not giving them that, we start to get into trouble mentally. If you're sitting here suffering with anxiety or depression or anger problems or a mixture of those, I'm not surprised, because you're not giving your brain the nourishment that it needs. And we're designed to feel well and thriving. Yeah, we need that in life. Yeah, and we always have this fear of failure, don't we? Or success. What if I did it and it didn't work out? What if I don't do it? What if I did it and it was really successful? Oh my God, I have to change. Here we go again. Something would have to change in order for that to happen. So we fear failure, we fear success, we fear the whole goddamn gambit of things, don't we? The only time it's fine is if you can accept it and still thrive as a person. But if you can't do that, then let me just tell you this. You know, it takes courage. I always say this, it takes courage to make changes, and you need to be ready. And if we just flip the thinking on this again, if you were to try it, just try and find the courage to work at your relationship, seek some help, have some input from somebody you trust and love, who knows you, the results can be amazingly, hugely worthwhile. You're going to get one of two outcomes, of course. You could fall back in love with your partner. You could reinvigorate the relationship and know what you need to make it thrive going forward, which would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Or you may just discover how broken the relationship is. But you would know that you were open to trying to repair it, and you would be making the decision to quit from a place of being informed and knowing so much more about yourself, because by going through this process, you learn so much about yourself, what you need and what you don't need, what is important to you, what your values are. And with that information, you can go forward, creating a far happier and more successful relationship environment for yourself in the future. I believe in free will, and you must do exactly what's right for you. I'm not here to judge you, but you must do what's right for you and what you're comfortable with in your current circumstances. But I want to repeat this final thought. You always have a choice. You're choosing this. You're choosing this over working on yourself and being happy. No one's holding a gun to your head. You've chosen this option. And remembering you always have that choice means you can change it in the future when you feel ready. That's enough from me for now. Take very good care out there, my little loves, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.